Hello everybody, we are coming out here with our week 15 predictions, and we've got 3 games this week as I just burned myself last week going 2-2, so I fell from first place within my Instagram thing. We made 16 people basically do it or whatever, but yeah, now I'm like 3rd or something like that in total standings because I got too close to the sun and got burnt. Anyway, let's talk about week 15 in my picks for this week, kind of my explanations for them. Before we start, please make sure to subscribe. Now let's get to it. First game is going to be on Friday. You have the Edmonton Elks taking on the Saskatchewan Roughriders. A few weeks ago, you would look at this and say Saskatchewan might have this, but Edmonton could give them some run for their money or run for their money. Now, you're looking at this Saskatchewan off back-to-back losses to the Blue Bombers, wondering maybe, just maybe, does Edmonton have it in them to pull off an upset here? It wouldn't be the biggest upset, as also Cody Fajardo could be out of this game because of the birth of his first child, but at the same time, even with him in there, you have a Edmonton team that can get blown out at times, but also can play teams really tough and pull off an upset, as we've seen. Taylor Cornelius is off of a 2-year extension, fresh off that. The ink is still drying off of it. Maybe he feels good. Maybe he comes into this game and the Elks are able to put together a good performance as they are heading in the Mosaic and would love to play spoiler for the Roughriders, who are 6-7, looking to get back to 500. For the game, I am going to be picking Saskatchewan. Now, if he is not able, and by he I mean Fajardo, is not able to play this, I'm thinking maybe Edmonton, but in general, the Roughriders are desperate. They know they have to, lock up a playoff spot with the group that they have. There's no reason they shouldn't make the playoffs. Are they safe to make the crossover? Possibly, but you don't want to play with the East. You have Toronto and Montreal, they're probably making it, and then you'd have Hamilton and the Ottawa and the Red Blacks, of course, that are there. But maybe if Edmonton gets there and they beat them, they could kind of get in the thick of it. It's one of those things you don't want to play around with fire and get burnt. I'm going to pick Saskatchewan here. They need to play desperate in this week. As for the other 2 games you have on Saturday, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are headed over to Hamilton, as these two have a great chance for a big game and a great atmosphere. Both teams are in totally different spots. Winnipeg is at a spot where if they win and Calgary loses, they would be able to walk up a top spot in the West, if not all of the CFL, for a 1 seed, which would be big, whereas Hamilton is fighting for their lives for this in order to be able to make the playoffs. I think it might not happen. I got to be honest. I think you're going to have to win some games right here, right now. Playing Winnipeg does not help at all. Who am I going to be picking for this one? Gotta be completely honest. I think it is going to be the Blue Bombers here. You look at Hamilton, they have battled all year. They've given up leads in the second half. Guess what? They're probably not going to have a first half lead against the Blue Bombers. And you have to think as well, when your offense is struggling, guess who's out here having to fight the good fight? The defense. Are you really going to make the defense fight for their lives against the Blue Bombers and then have to go up against that Winnipeg D? That still has quite a bit to play for if they can lock up that top spot. Would I like to see Hamilton win? Yeah, because I would really hope for their fans they could have something to be excited about. But I have to say for this one, Winnipeg is probably coming out of Tim Hortons field with a W, and we're going to have to see if they lock up that top spot. As for the other game, it is at 7 o'clock, and that is going to be the BC Lions taking on the Calgary Stampeders. Vernon Adams Jr. and the BC Lions are going to be taking on the Stamps with Jake Mayer. This is a tough game, Vern, of course, got his debut with the Lions last week with a game against the Montreal Alouettes. Ended up passing 3 times before being brought back to the bench with Pipkin out there to close the game, which was another loss. I made a mistake in my review for last week. BC is not tied with Calgary, but they very well would be behind them, actually, if the Stamps were able to win this week. The Stampeders are 8-4, and then BC is 8-3. If they lost, Calgary would go to 9-4, which would mean they would have the second spot out west, and BC would move to 8-4. So that is really an important game. All around, I am excited for this one. This could be the game of the week. I don't know how Vernon Adams Jr. is going to do early on in this. He is still learning the playbook probably and trying to figure out how to play with those teammates. You've got Brian Burnham, Rhymes, you've got Lucky Whitehead, so many great players, but this Calgary team, man, they are looking deadly as ever. Probably looking for some revenge after they lost that game. They had a pretty sizable lead against BC. Love to get that game back, and we're at a spot right now where both teams are trending in opposite directions, much like Winnipeg and Hamilton. For this game, I'm picking Calgary. I hate to say it, but if you are the Stamps, you have two quarterbacks you can go to, whereas if Vern gets injured or starts off really rusty or is just out of sync, you can't really do a whole lot there. The running back core is good, the receiving core is good, the offensive line has some studs there, and then the defense has been able to get it done against some teams. Yes, they struggled at times, especially in that fourth quarter against BC, but guess what? Nathan Rourke is not in this, and we will have to see how it goes. Do I want to pick BC? Yes, but I cannot afford to lose more ground as the season is kind of getting to its winding point. I need to be able to make the playoffs for the Instagram group thing, so make sure to check out my Instagram for that to kind of see about my posts, stuff like that I do in general. But I also want to hear, what are your picks for Week 15? Let me know down below in the comments. Also, please make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new. Everybody stay safe, have a great night.